Hi, my name is Shahira. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the accounting assistant here at the Regional Arts and Culture Council, otherwise known as RACC. Today, in this video, we are going to go over the 1099 NEC form sent from RACC to grant and payment recipients. We'll talk about what the form is, why you received it or will receive it, and what to do with it. We've worked to keep the information as simple as possible, but the subject is taxes and tax forms, which are not so simple. So please remember, you can pause the video, rewind, and rewatch as many times as necessary, and we certainly welcome your feedback. So what is a 1099 NEC form? This form functions essentially like a receipt. It shows who was the payer, who was the recipient, and the amount that was paid. So as you can see on this sample form, at the top left, the Regional Arts and Culture Council name and address is the payer, and the bottom left is the recipient. In this case, it's Bubbles McKenzie, doing business as Bubble Art LLC, with their address. And in between are our respective tax ID numbers, both Bubbles's and RACC's. And then over towards the right in box number 1 is the amount paid. 1099 forms are used to report income that was not earned through an employer in the typical way, such as through a salary or wages. In this case, we're using a 1099 NEC, which stands for non-employee compensation. Money that constitutes prizes or awards fall under this category. $600 is the threshold for an amount of such a payment to be considered taxable and therefore needs to be reported. Why did I receive a 1099 NEC form? You were sent or will be sent a 1099 NEC form because RACC paid you an amount of $600 or more in the previous calendar year. And here is a blow up of box number 1, where it shows Bubbles received a $3,000 grant. What do you do with the 1099 NEC form? You will want to definitely hang on to it. You will be using information from this form when you report income on your tax forms. Beneath box 1, you'll see boxes 4 and 5. These boxes will indicate or would indicate if any amount was withheld by RACC to pay federal or state taxes on the payment amount. You will find, though, that these boxes will be blank, as RACC has not withheld any amount. The taxes owed on your payment will be calculated when you fill out your tax forms, as you usually do, like with a pencil and calculator, with a tax advisor. Maybe you file online with an electronic application like TurboTax, etc. So you will not write the tax owed on this form. You will instead write those calculations on the tax forms that you fill out when you submit your taxes. So again, this 1099 form functions essentially just like a receipt. RACC is required to inform 3 entities of this payment: you, the recipient, the IRS, and your state. When you receive your 1099, it's actually going to come to you as 4 copies of the same 1099 NEC. This is the original method of notification of sending the 1099s that is still used today. It ensures you will have enough copies to keep for yourself and to send to both the IRS and the state if you file using hard copies sent through snail mail. At the bottom of each of those 4 copies, it's indicated who receives which copy. So if you do file using the hard copies, you would keep copy B as indicated for the recipient. You should expect to receive your 1099 NEC form after the 1st of February for income or payments that you received during the previous calendar year. If you have any questions, please email our accounts payable department at ap@racc.org. And if you want to go directly to the source material and dig on the IRS website, there are 2 links listed here that you can visit. The first one is a bit simpler and refers to the 1099 NEC form specifically. The second one is a bit more dense and discusses all the different kinds of 1099s if you want a more comprehensive overview. The simpler form also suggests you might inquire if you'd qualify to file your taxes for free online. So please check that out too if that feels like something you'd like to find out. Thank you so much for tuning in. We look forward to continuing to help you, and we hope we'll see you for the next video.